Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is William Dunbar. I'm your host, and this is Let's Learn the Cloud, AWS Edition. And today we're talking about SSHing into EC2 instances. It's a pretty straightforward process, but only if you have like a Linux or Mac machine. If you have Windows, it's a bit tougher because the Windows by default doesn't have the SSH capabilities unless you have PowerShell 3.0 set up. So you install PuTTY, and it's a bit more. It's a bit more involved, and this video won't cover that. This video will cover SSHing, setting up the SSH, SSHing into the box using a terminal, and how to attach volumes and manipulating those with some Linux commands. So without further ado, I'll just share my screen, and we'll go to town. I'll share my whole screen, so I can be responsible for whatever you see. And we'll share my desktop. All right, you should be looking at the EC2 dashboard. We're gonna create, first we have to create an instance, right? Always the first thing, so launch an instance. I'll take this. Now I'm gonna take the defaults of everything. I just need to actually go to security group, make sure SSH is enabled, and it is. I'll just do SSH-demo. And here we go. So as SSH22, we're all good. I'm gonna review and launch. All looks good to me. Now here is where we did a video before of creating EC2 instances, but we said don't use the key pair. This is where it gets different. We're actually gonna create a key pair. So create a new key pair. I'm gonna call it SSH-demo. I want an RSA, yes. And then once you do this, you need to download, important, download the key pair. All right, so I've downloaded my key pair, went to my document, my downloads folder. All right, I'm gonna launch my instance. If you do not download your key pair, you cannot get it, and you have to rebuild your instance. So download it and launch instance. All right, we'll view instance. We'll go to this guy here. Go to security, make sure 22 was added, and it was. We're all set. Now, we can continue once we have the IPv4, which we do. Excellent. So this is all it takes to get into this. Now, things you should know about EC2 SSHing and EC2 instances. The user is always EC2-user. It has root capability, and you need the key to get in. So like those are like the biggest things. So before we go any further, I need to go find my key. It's called ssshdemo.pem. Okay, that was in my downloads. So I'm going to, once this is good, I'll be able to SSH in, and I'll go ahead and prep my command here. So I'm going to swap to my terminal. You can get here by open up terminal. If you don't know how, hold the command key, hit spacebar, and type terminal, and then it's the first thing you come up with. SSH-I is what you want. The path to your PEM file, in my case, it's in downloads. SSH, yep. And then EC2-user at, and then the IP address. So this is how you SSH in. If you did not know, this is a SSH command. -I is input, meaning file input, and EC2-user, of course, is that. And in the regular world, the format is SSH space and then user at, and then the routable address for that thing, and in which case it was for us this guy. So we'll do that. And now we just gotta wait. We gotta wait. It says initializing. And actually, you know, let's multitask. So let's do something else here. Let's actually create another EBS volume and then attach it, and let's actually run some commands. How about that? All right, so we'll go to volumes. This is in US East 1B. This is important because we need to create the volume in the same place as our instance. In this case, this volume is mounted here, so we're going to create one there. US East 1B. So I'll create a volume. Size, I only want 10 gig. Actually, no, I want 8 gig. I don't want anything huge. Mostly I want to pay for it. This is important. I think it even says has to be in the same availability zone. So remember that. We sent US East 1B. There is no snapshot ID. I don't want to record the volume. And I don't care about the tag. So I'm just going to create this. Okay. All right. So this is obviously the one we just created, and this is available. I'm going to attach this volume. I'm going to, and in the instance ID, it's the only one that's running. And here it says dev SDF through dev SDP, and it's asking what does it actually mean. It's SDF will be the device that we're looking for in this guy, and then this talks about the newer ones. So yeah, we actually don't need to know anything about this. So we're just going to attach the volume. Okay. All right, it says it's ready for use. Let's see if our instance is good yet. As for the fingerprint, always you want to accept it. We trust it. And so this is actually a good one. So if you're on a Linux or Mac machine, there's a minimum requirement for these PEM files. I believe it's 400, so we need to mod that actually to 400. This is in relation to our key. Okay, and then we can retry. And now we're in. So all I did was I chmodded my PEM file to 400 using the chmod command, chmod space 400 space in the path to your file. And then I reran the SSH command that we did before, which is ssh-i path to your file space, then EC2-user add the IP address of your instance, and now we're in. We'll clear the screen. Run df-h. Df stands for disk free. Notice that we have some stuff here. We don't see our new volume though. Also run a command called lsblk. It stands for list block device. We have xvdf. So we're obviously using a newer disk here. And it has nothing on it. It has no partition because there's no tree. So we do need to make a file system on it. We can do that first. First thing I always do when I'm in here is I always go to root. I mean, it's my instance to destroy, so I'll run sudo -i, hit enter. I am now root. I can do whatever I want without having to type sudo. Okay, and now I'm gonna run a thing called makefs, meaning make file system. I want it to be of type ext3. Yeah, it's a common one, ext3, ext4. And then it is actually the path should be this guy xvdf. I believe that is correct. Okay. And we're good. So we're on lsblk device. So we now it's there, but I have nothing mounted. Excuse me, I have nothing mounted to it, which is fine. So let's mount something to that. Let's make a directory at mount/mnt, which is a / data store. Okay, I'm gonna store some stuff there. All right. And now if we so we don't list anything, actually, we actually need to mount this. You can actually just run mount and then the path to our thing here, which is always /dev/ and the name of the device. Name of the device is what you get from lsblk. It's in this section over here. xvdf, yeah. And then where do you want to go? I mean, in this case, we've created a new folder, so let's use it, right? We'll go to data store without the trailing slash. We'll hit OK. Definitely. Oh, yeah. See, the common mistake there. Mounts. Make sure you put the space there. Now we're good. lsblk. And now you see that we actually have something mounted to this point. All right. So what else can we do? We can talk a bit about the Linux file system. There's an important file that we have to really take care of. And it's called the FS tab. So you can call it fstab. It's in Etsy. Etsy is a directory of configurations for Linux and Mac machines. Obviously, this is a Linux machine. So I personally, this is my personal preference. If I'm making changes to the FS tab, I never echo anything into that. Mostly because I have kids in the background. I'm sorry. I know they're big video ruiners. But the FS tab file is so important because if you mess that file up and you try to reboot your system, it's possible that it just become unrecoverable because it won't be able to mount the drives. Let's actually take a look at it. You can run the cat command, which means cat concatenate FS tab. And we only have one in file in here. So what does this mean? If we reboot our system, the thing we ran mount for will no longer be mounted because mount is a one-time deal. It does not persist. If you want it to persist on reboot, we actually need to add the FS tab file, and then we're going to do that actually. So remember, it's important to remember the device that we use. It's xvdf. Remember that. So we're going to run a vi command on Etsy FS tab. And actually, before I do that, I want to actually unmount. I'm going to unmount. All right. So now if I do lsblk, notice nothing is mounted. I did this for a reason. I want you to see what that happened. All right, xvdf. Let's remember that. vi Etsy FS tab. All right, we're going to go to the end of the line. I don't know why I just swapped workstations, but I did. So anyway, we're going to end this line here. I'm going to hit I, because if you're using Vim or VI, I is insert mode, and you need to be in insert mode to edit. Go to the end of the line, hit I, hit enter. We're on the next line. The first line is the UUID or device name. I don't know the UUID because I didn't look at it. So I'm gonna just do the path here, and it was xvdf. Yep. I personal preference, I like to keep things equal here, so I'm gonna do mount data dash store. Okay, and then it was at ext3, right? So we'll go there. We'll take I think we'll take the defaults actually. I took some notes just to make sure we don't do anything too crazy. But I think I'm going to take the default here. All right, we'll do it. So we're going to take, I'll take the same thing here. Defaults, and then 1, 1. All right. I'm going to quit out of this. If we did everything right, we can actually run mount -a. Okay, it's the wrong FS type because we did something wrong. And this is why it's so important to do this. We did the ext3. We did a mount, a data store, yep. And let's do, oh, maybe we should do 2 actually. And I also want to add the same thing here. It definitely is ext3. It would have to be. All right, we'll try. Data-store ext3. Yes, indeed, it is ext3. ext3 defaults. Yeah, I mean, it looks all right. We'll go for it. And we did lsblk. xVDF. Awesome. All right. We have dev xVDF. Yes, indeed. We want to add this place. Yeah. We need to simplify here. Dev xVDF. You want to add /mount. Yeah, it is ext3. Hands down, it has to be ext3. And I did spell it right. ext3. Oh, that's why. I have a sweet thing here. And mount -a. Okay, I mean, that is how important it is to check your work. And I won't even edit that out because I think it's important that you realize that that simple check, if we had rebooted, that thing would not have come up. So now we're good. We can see okay. And all this was I misspelled defaults because I can't spell apparently. So we got that going for us. Alrighty. And oh yeah, just disk free. And now you can actually see that we truly have it mounted. And you can actually write stuff to it all you want. And that's really it. And that's all there is to SSHing into EC2 instances. So be careful when you edit the FS tab, and as I shown, it's important to check your work. You could check it with mount -a, meaning mount everything inside the FS tab file. And if you come up with errors like that, do not reboot the machine. Try to figure it out like I did. Just keep double checking your work, and I think it'll be fine. And then again, just to reiterate, it's device, the path, the type. This was wrong. I misspelled defaults apparently. So defaults, this 1.1 and 1.2, it makes no difference. 1.1 will work just fine. These numbers mean where does it get scanned or checked on reboot? That's all that means. And in which case we don't care about it, so we just chose to work right out of that, and that's actually it. So hopefully you learned how to SSH into EC2 instances, and then I think next time we'll do load balancing, and I'm sure I'll mess something up in there too, and we can watch me pound through the errors. And that's it. So that's all I got for you. And again, as usual, until next time.